Why hello there internet, I'm Connor from the Guild of Awesome, and today I'm going to show you every quest in the House Redoran questline in Morrowind. Before we begin, be aware that unless you use glitches and console commands, you can only join one out of 3 great houses in Morrowind, the others being Hlaano and Telvanni. For the sake of keeping things simple, I'll treat these houses as if you're going through them on a separate save. If you try to glitch your way through all 3 questlines on one playthrough, it will be an absolute nightmare, as their quests often conflict with each other. House Redoran are focused on honour, duty and the lifestyle of the warrior. They are also a business rival of House Hlaano. There's going to be a wide variety of different quests doing this questline. One thing to note is that I had to reinstall Morrowind and I didn't put any mods back on, so the cities that I'll visit will look different in some footage. In the description you can find quest timestamps and links to some maps that you'll find useful. As always, make sure to buy Mark and Recall from the Balmora Temple. This will make handing quests in much faster. To join the house, head to Aldrun and enter the council chambers. Speak with Naminda to join the house, and she'll be our first quest giver. Our first quest is to kill some mudcrabs who are attacking a guar farmer west of Aldrun. Speak to Drillani, and she'll say some mudcrabs took a guar from her and headed south. Slightly south of her farm we can find the mudcrabs and the missing guar. Kill the mudcrabs and then head back to Drillani for a reward, and then recall back to Naminda to complete the quest. Her next quest is to deliver a potion to Velden Virith at Eldvolothi. Siltstride to Gnisis and then head north to find Eldvolothi. Enter the tower to find Velden. Hand the potion over and then recall back to complete the quest.
What brings you here?
Our next quest is to check on a trader who's gone missing. They were travelling from Aldrun heading to Margan when a storm hit. Siltstride over to Margan and speak with people in the trade house. You will learn that they saw someone in the Rothan ancestral tomb west of town. Checking inside we can find the trader Dalobar. He'll ask you to escort him to the shrine in Margan, save before setting off. Once you're inside the temple, you can recall back.
Thank you.
So what's this about?
Our next quest is to recover a stolen Founder's Helmet from Alvis Terry at Balmora. So let's ride over and head into the 8 plates, boost his disposition to above 75 to get him to hand the helmet over.
Do you want something?
When you go back to Naminda, you have the option to keep the helmet. If you do this, you will not get Naminda's remaining quests. Our next quest is to kill some bandits who are attacking poor Drillini. Head back to her ranch west of Ardrun and speak to her about the bandits. Their base is just over a hill to the south. Head inside and kill them all. Drillini will give you an extra reward, so speak to her before reporting back to Naminda.
But what brings you here, friend?
Naminda's final quest is for later. For now, head into the council chambers behind Naminda, and downstairs we can find Teveso Beleth in her store. Her first quest is to escort her son to the Koal cave south of Gnisis. The good news is we can take him on the Silt Strider, then it's only a short walk south. Save before crossing the stream at Gnisis, as he can get stuck there. Once you enter the cave, the quest is complete. Her next and final quest is to recover gold owed by one of her customers. So let's try to Molagmar and enter the building. On the west side we can find the Argoman stronghold. Speak with Giras and ask him to pay the debt. He will just refuse to pay. Now go and speak with Tidros Indarim, and he will convince Giras to pay the debt. But it's not that simple, as Giras will only pay until you beat him in a duel. Save beforehand, as we don't want to kill him. After the duel, he will hand over the money. Now head back to Ardvalofi, north of Gnisis. Felden Viraf is our next quest giver, and his first quest is to kill Old Bluefin, an infamous slaughterfish hanging around the docks. Old Bluefin should be easy to find. Kill it and then report back. Next we are asked to kill a diseased Shulk in the Ashimanu mine. It's a fair walk southeast to the mine. Along the way we'll find a Kagouti, just around the corner to the mine. Kill it for the next quest. Once inside, all we need to do is kill a single infected Shulk. We will complete the next quest automatically since we killed the Kagouti. Our next quest is to check on some Redoran soldiers who went into a Telvanni base to clear it out. So let's try to Morvayn and head north to find Shishi. Talk with Varvur inside to get a report. Then speak with Shurinbaal to learn that they think there is one more Telvanni hiding inside the base. They could also hear strange noises coming from below the floor. Interact with the skull on the desk to rotate it. This will unlock a secret passage leading downstairs. Head inside and kill Faves Andasreth, and he's the last Telvanni here. With him dead, report back to complete the quest.
How may I be of service?
Now it's time for another quest giver. So let's ride to Vivek and enter the Redoran Canton Plaza, and then enter the treasury. Speak with Faral Referan for our next quest. We are asked to convince a House Hlaano member to take back some slander he's made against Redoran, mark before setting off, and then take a Siltstrider over to Balmora. Head into the 8 plates, and boost Meril Hlaano's disposition to above 75, in order for him to agree to take back what he's said. Recall back to hand in the quest. Next we ask to recover 3 relics from the Redas Ancestral Tomb. So let's try to Molagmar and head slightly south to find the tomb. Inside, grab the Redas Chalice, War Axe, and the Robes of Deeds. Next we are asked to convince Rothas Nefan to do the duel that he is backed out of. First off, if you don't have 10 standard restore health potions, head downstairs and buy them from the temple.
My prices are reasonable.
Now head into the Flowers of Gold Club to find Rothis, boost his disposition to above 50, and ask him to complete the duel. He'll ask for the potions we have just bought before he agrees. Now head to Vivek's arena and watch the duel. The outcome doesn't actually matter, but watch until the end to get the journal entry. Now recall back to hand in the quest.
What can I do for you?
Now we need to rank up. Head back to Naminda and rank up to Lawman. She'll then give us her final quest. We're asked to guard Sarethi Manor. It's actually very straightforward. Head into the manor and speak to Affin. Two assassins will then spawn. Kill them and then speak to Affin again, and then finally hand in the quest to Naminda.
Tell me what you want. Greetings, Outlander. I think I've heard of you before.
Head back to Affin as he will be our next quest giver. You may have done his first quest as part of the main story. He will ask you to rescue his son from the Venim Manor. The Venim Manor is just across the hall. Enter the manor and in the right wing we can find a note with a key. The note tells you there's a hidden door behind a tapestry nearby, and the key is to unlock it. Steal the key or picklock the door, and then save before talking to Varvur. We'll need to escort him back to the Sarethi Manor, and all the guards in the Venim Manor will be hostile. I recommend saving and then just running past them. Escort Varvur back home to complete the quest.
No escape. Do you need something, Outlander?
Before Affin will give you his next quest, he asks for some time with his son. All you need to do is leave the manor and re-enter, and then you are able to get his next quest. Next, Affin will ask you to clear his son's name of murder. Affin believes his son may be under some enchantment, which caused him to commit the crime. Go into his son's room and find an ash statue. These are the same statues the Sixth House used to spread their influence.
Greetings, Outlander. I think I've heard of you before.
Varvur will admit he's having strange dreams, proving he's becoming a sleeper. Show the statue to Affin, who will then ask you to take it to the temple to be cleansed.
You bring me good fortune, Outlander. How may I be of service?
Report back to Athen to complete the quest.
You'll bring me good fortune, Commander. How may I be of service?
His next quest is to challenge Ondres Nerano to a duel, as he has been talking shit about House Redoran. Subscribe to Balmora and enter Nerano's Manor. Save before challenging him to a duel, as we don't want to kill him.
You're beaten.
Once the duel is won, recall back to complete the quest.
What do you want? You're nearly a legend around here. Please, talk.
Our next quest is to clear out a smuggler's cave in Narmark. Take some boats over and the cave is southwest of town. Head inside and kill everyone.
Expected surprise. Please go ahead, Outlander.
Our next quest is to deal with a Redoran member who has gone insane. Arathan Mandas has lost his mind, and he is playing at being a bandit and demanding tribute from people passing through his land. Go and speak to Arathan's father in Ebonheart's council chambers first. He will explain that his son's madness is due to his daughter being kidnapped by the Telvanni. Take a boat over to Sadiv Mora and then head southwest to Tel Fur. Bizarrely, you can literally just walk in, grab Delena by the hand and walk out. Nobody will try to stop you, or even care that you picked a lock to her cell door. This all seems pretty suspicious to me, almost like she was never a prisoner in the first place.
Outlander, what do you want? Outlander, what do you want?
Once outside, she'll give you an amulet as proof that she's fine.
Thank you.
Now head to Milk. That's west of Aldrune and it's where Arathan is living. Save before entering. So his guards will be hostile, but once we speak to Arathan, they'll become friendly. So I recommend to just run past them. Give the amulet to Arathan to ease his madness. If we head back to Ebonheart and speak with Arathan's father, he will give you an ebony helm as a reward. Once you have that, recall back to hand in the quest.
How may I be of service?
With this quest completed, we have unlocked a bunch more quests from the Redoran Council members. First off, let's go into the Council Chambers and speak with Bara Morvayn.
Do you need something?
Her manor here in town has been overtaken by corpus monsters. She'll ask you to go inside, grab an statue and then take it to the temple for cleansing. Save before heading inside, grab the statue at the bottom, and then take it to the temple. Once you have handed the statue over, head back to Bara to complete the quest.
Do you need something, Outlander?
Now head into the Ramaram Manor and speak with Hlaano. His first quest is to gather taxes from Gnisis. You can pay the money yourself, but it's very easy to get the money. Just silk stride to Gnisis and speak to Hetman Abel Mawai. He will give you the money, no problem. When handing the money back, you have the option to keep some to yourself. This will fail the quest line. For his next quest, he'll ask you to try and convince his ex to get back together with him. We have two options. First, I'll show you the good outcome, as it's very quick. Speak with his bodyguard about his ex, and she will let slip that she actually fancies Hlaano, but social statuses is preventing them from hooking up. Like all men, Hlaano can't pick up the signals when a girl is interested in him, but once we tell him that his bodyguard is hot for him, you can then convince him to ignore the social differences and get together. For the bad outcome, speak to the bodyguard to learn his ex is in Vivek. So stride over and head into St. Om's South 1 to find Nalvilie. No matter what, she does not want to get back together with Hlaano. Head back to Hlaano with the bad news, which he takes rather well. This will then complete the quest. Now head to the Sarethi Manor and speak to Garissa. He suspects that the mine in Caldera is corrupt and wants you to find evidence. Now, we would have got the secret ledger from the Thieves Guild questline, so you can just hand it over. To get the ledger, just teleport to Caldera, and then head into the Governor's Hall. Head upstairs and pick the chest open to find a secret ledger, proving ebony is being siphoned from the mine. Take the ledger back to Garissa to complete the quest. So on a clean save, this quest was broken for me. I went and got the ledger, but Garissa would not take it from me. I had to use console commands, which I will put on screen to force the next step of the quest. His next quest was also broken for me on a clean save. If he does not give you the next quest, then type in the console command on screen in order to start it. His next quest will be to shut down the mine. To do this, you'll need to free the head slave, Dahalina, who will then start a slave rebellion and shut down the mine. Just teleport to Caldera and head into the mine. Enter the guard's tower, and at the top we can find the slave key. Head into the slave shack and give Dahalina the key. We don't need to do anything else but report in at this point. For your next quest, head into the Arobar Manor and speak to Minor. He will just downright refuse to support your rise through House Redoran. Head to Athen and ask why. Athen believes Manor may be influenced by the Telvanni. You may not have the dialogue option for this, or even if you do, Athen will not say the right thing in order to get the journal entry. But it doesn't actually matter, as we can do the next step regardless. Head to Sadith Mora and ask around town to learn that Manor's daughter is being held hostage here in Tel Naga. Enter the tower in town and she is being held on the right. Save before talking to her, as once we start to escort her, the guards in this room will attack. Once they are dead, walk Manor's daughter to the docks to free her. Then you can return to Manor to get his support. Now let's do Loro's questline at the temple. His first quest is to investigate where Varvur got the statue from, so this is following on from that quest we did a while ago. Speak to Varvur, who will say that he got the statue from Galtis at the Rat in the Pot Inn here in town. Head on over and speak with Galtis about the statue. He'll then try to kill you, so let him land a hit and then kill him.
You will die.
On his body you'll find a note revealing that he got the statues from someone called Hanurai. Head back to the temple first, as you can get some potions to heal you, and you will also learn that Hanurai lives here in Aldrune. Her house is just outside the temple. Head inside, and once you mention the statues, she'll attack you. Let her land a hit and then kill her.
Oh, come on, leave me alone.
Downstairs you can find an altar to the 6th house. Head back to the temple to hand in the quest. For the next quest, we are asked to find a temple pilgrim called Fedris Tharen. He was last seen heading to the Koal cave. Make sure to take a cure disease potion or spell. Still stride to Gnisis and then head south to the cave again. Fedris is outside. He has not returned to the temple due to sickness, so hand him a potion or cure him yourself, then recall back. For our next quest, we are asked to find another missing pilgrim, Beden Giladren, who went missing near Margan. So stride over and head into the temple. Speak to Tralas and he will tell you that some Ashlanders came by asking for a ransom for someone with a similar name. Head to the Ashlander camp southwest of Margan. You have 3 options here. You can pay the full ransom of 5,000 gold, or you can convince Manat that his captive is not the nobleman that he thinks he is, and then you can pay just 5 gold. Or alternatively, you can just kill all the Ashlanders. Whatever you pick, recall back once Beden is free. For Loro's last quest, we are asked to find out what happened to 4 Redoran warriors who went to Andasreth. Before setting off, you will need 52 spare weight in your inventory. Head west of Aldrun to find the stronghold. Downstairs we can find the corpses of the warriors. Take their shields and then return them to Loros, who will then offer you one as a reward. Now let's build our stronghold. Rank up to Kinsman, and then head into the council chambers and speak with Gaisa Gindu to start the quest. We will need to pay her 5,000 gold, and we need to get a construction contract. It's super easy to get the contract. Head on over to Ebonheart and into the Grand Council chambers. Upstairs we can speak with the Duke. He'll give you the construction contract if you promise to help the people of Morrowind. You don't actually need to do anything here, just make the promise. Take the contract and gold back to Gaisa, and then wait outside her room for 5 days to get a journal update. With that, speak to Gaisa again, and she'll ask you to get an update from the builder working on your stronghold. It's a short walk northwest of Aldrun. Speak to the Orc builder to get an update, and then take it back to Gaisa. Wait outside her room for another 5 days to get a journal update. Speak with Gaisa again to complete the first stage. We can start the next phase by speaking to Gaisa again. We will need to recruit some guards for our stronghold. Head on over to the Fighters Guild and speak with Perseus Mercius. He will offer some guards in exchange that you free Frilini Aquas from Hlaalu's prison. Head on over to Vivek and into the Hlaalu Canton Wasteworks. Enter the treasury and then into the prison.
There is someone.
Steal the key or taunt the guard into attacking you. You can give the key to Ferline. She will then free herself later on.
What words do you have for me, citizen? Submit to the three, the spirits and thy lords.
Head back to Perseus to get his guards, then report back to Gaisa.
Go ahead.
Wait outside her room again for 5 days to get the journal entry, and now we have our stronghold built to level 2. To begin level 3, rank up to House Father. Gaisa will then ask you to gather more settlers for your stronghold, then we should speak to Hetman Gulls, who is outside our home. What he actually wants is more women at the stronghold. We can get a total of 4 women. 2 of the women are found around in Alrune. Irini Arethi is wandering around outside. Boost her disposition to above 90 to get her to agree to join your stronghold. Then head into the Aldskar Inn and speak with Fahusi Garethi, who will also join you when her disposition is above 90. We can get 2 more women, but there are 3 different ways to get them. No matter what option you pick here, you'll get the same 2 women, so you only need to do one of the options that I'm going to give. The fastest method is to switch ride to Saren, and then head into the Earthly Delight strip club. Boost Helvain's disposition to above 70, and she will agree to send you some dancers who want to retire to your stronghold. The best outcome is possible only if you have freed over 20 slaves, and get the code phrase for the twin lamps. Head to Ardvalothy and speak with Gallant Arvel, who will agree to send escaped slaves to your stronghold for sanctuary. Finally, you can just buy 2 slaves from Savil Imyan in Tel Arun. Once you have the women, head back to Hetman to confirm the women have arrived. Then head back to Geisa and start the final upgrades.
Good fortune, Outlander. How may I be of service?
Wait outside for 5 days again for the journal entry, and your stronghold is finally complete.
There is someone watching me, I can tell.
Now head to Ardvalothy again for Felden's final quest. He will ask you to kill a Daedra worshipper called Gordol in the shrine next to Ardvalothy.
How may I be of service?
Now let's head back to Vivek for Farrell's final quest.
Good fortune, Outlander. How may I be of service?
Her next one is to slay Dagoth Tennis at the fortress called Palasamimron and recover a ring from a boy in Argma who may be dead inside. Switch ride to Morgan and then head north. Take the ring from the dead body inside and slay Tanis, then recall back to complete the quest.
You will die.
fortune, Outlander. How may I be of service?
Next we are asked to kill Raelin Urivith in her stronghold Tel Urivith. Take a boat to Sedith Mora, and then head southwest to find the stronghold. Head inside and kill the Telvanni mage. Recall back to complete the quest.
Fortune, Outlander. How may I be of service?
Our next quest is to kill Redas Redoran at the Ode Plateau, south of Balmora or east of Halat Ode. Head into the stronghold and kill her.
You will die! Good fortune, Outlander. How may I be of service?
Now for the final quest. The current Archmaster of Redoran will not give up his position, so head to Affin back in Aldrune, who will suggest that you duel the current Archmaster, Bolvyn Venim, to the death. If you have completed the main quest, then Affin will make you the Archmaster, since we duelled Venim already. Head on over to the Venim Manor and challenge Bolvyn. You don't fight him here. Instead, once he accepts, head on over to Vivec and enter the arena pit to start the fight. Save beforehand. Once you kill him, you automatically become the new Archmaster of House Redoran. You can go back to Affin to complete the journal entry. Don't forget to head back to Farrell to get the relics we recovered back. And with that done, we have completed all quests in House Redoran. Next up is Helm Telvanni. Thanks for watching and stay awesome.